with alopecia. It's not a straightforward case.
A lot of people who have any unique medical condition, they're not very encouraged to go for a hair transplant.
Every other year, putting something for 6 months, but eventually no results. When I was 14, I started losing my hair. There was a small boil and then started losing hair in patches. But when I moved to Dubai, we take seawater, we do RO water treatment. The chlorine content is high, so people tend to lose hair. Dr. Abhishek, when I met him, he assured me to move forward. It was done in 3 stages, and each stage also I had 4 or 5 sessions. I feel that's a fantastic approach. Irrespective of whether you have alopecia or not, if you're losing hair, the step to take the hair transplantation, you should take it early. My wife, my son, my friends, close friends, everybody, started saying there's a big difference. It seems you look more young. It changes your overall look. It was a good feeling. Indeed, it is a good feeling.
Hello, Mr. Kamal. A very warm welcome on our channel Beyond the Mirror. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you so much.
So as you know, we've been talking to several of our patients on this platform, where they discuss about their hair journey, the struggles initially they faced during the hair loss period. I think what's very unique to discuss in your cases, because from the medical perspective, usually what we see are, the male pattern hair loss, the androgenic alopecia, maybe due to hereditary or because of genetic factors. But your case is a little unique, where I believe you had mentioned to us at the age of 14, you had started seeing the small alopecia patches and then gradually it progressed. A lot of people who have any unique medical condition, something like an LPP or alopecia, they are very hesitant and reluctant to seek the medical help and go for a hair transplant. And usually they're not very encouraged to go for a hair transplant. And most of the therapies or treatments, in case they've tried, that may have not worked, and that's kind of been quite discouraging for them. So I think your story and your journey, once you tell us, it's going to be quite motivational and it'll inspire a lot of people where they are a little hesitant. So it'll be a very insightful conversation ahead.
Yes, you're Priyanka, that when I was 14, that's the time when I started losing my hair. There was a small kind of an issue, like a boil, and then at that moment I had a lot of hair, so I actually did not consider that I'm losing hair, So, but yes, over the years it started, and I started losing hair in patches. Still, I had plenty of hair. I actually did not pay attention to it. But when I moved to Dubai, we all know that here, we take seawater, we do RO water treatment. Water is still, the chlorine content is high. So people tend to lose hair compared to back home in India. So it got more and more visible. I started losing more and more hair. And at that moment, I started looking for, medicational support. So I went through, I took some steroids, I believe corticosteroids. So those were given directly onto the head, but looks like, the scar even became bigger. So nothing, that positive result came through. Then someone suggested for some kind of liquid. Many therapies.
Yes,
Some medicinal therapies. Some are like people have out of experience. They're saying we have used this, used that. So I've gone through all of them. Every other year, putting something for 6 months, but eventually no results. So yeah, it's quite in a way I would say that it's not a straightforward case.
Correct.
With alopecia, I was a bit concerned whether I will get my hair back on those patches or not.
Right.
And Dr. Abhishek, when I met him, the first thing I asked him was, tell me, I have an alopecia. Have you done this before? Do you think the results are going to come? Because for any other person who walks in, it's a almost like regular case.
Correct.
Mine is different.
Right.
So he assured me that I think he has done 1 or 2 cases in India, and he had got very good results.
Right.
He showed me some videos. So that gave me that comfort.
Yes.
Gave me that motivation to move forward.
Correct. So, at what point you felt that you should consider a hair transplant? So, if you could, give us a little details on how did you research about it? I'm sure you must have been to several clinics or doctors to seek that professional advice.
When it comes to health,
Mm.
diet, I largely depend on my wife.
Mm.
She is the driving force here. So she has done a lot of research, figuring out what could be the best option for me. So she has called upon, she has visited, she has asked me to visit few of them, but I never considered that I will do a hair transplant because I was worried about those surgery and the pain and the time and the recovery period. And given my business, I never considered this probably is going to work. So I was always avoiding it, and I was focusing more on tropical solutions or some kind of injections, which won't affect my day-to-day working. However, this when she was talking, my wife Ritu, she was talking to one of our friend, very close friend. So they mentioned about Assure Clinic, and I said, yeah, let's go visit them and see. And that's how I decided to come. Took the feedback from the friend. He's a good friend for both of us. So he spoke to us about his journey, how it went with him. And he also had not alopecia, but he had also a critical case with weak donor and stuff like that. So largely it went very well with him, and that gave me the confidence to take and consider hair transplantation.
Right. I remember one of our initial conversations, you'd also mentioned the other day when we met that you did visit Assure, you met Dr. Abhishek. You were confident, but you were not able to take that decision. And then one of your business trips when you were in Turkey, you happened to, again, go for a consultation, but they didn't really encourage you much towards doing a transplant. So,
see, we as Comfort RH, we deal with a company based in Turkey. So I have a lot of friends there, colleagues there, and I spoke to them because everyone knows Turkey is like the hair transplant. I don't know, medical.
Yes, it's a hub.
It's a hub. So I keep traveling to Turkey, to Istanbul and Ankara. So I decided, let me check with my colleague if they can help me in this and give me some feedback. So I called upon my friend there, Sarkan, and I asked him about to help me and guide me and find out some options for me there. So he figured out two doctors. I think they are very renowned specialists, and one of them was not available during my visit, and the other gentleman I could meet. I consulted him, and the feedback that was they started from day one. They said, you need to take this medicine. You need to improve your donor. Without this, it's not going to work. So take this 6 months medicine first, grow your hair, then come back to us. So I said, okay, thank you. And then I came back.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And what, because it's a courageous step, right? Like you mentioned, most people who have just the standard or a typical male pattern hair loss, it's a very usual case. This was a little unique from the medical perspective. So what were the fears or that initial, anxiousness that you had, even after you decided, yes, you want to go ahead? I'm sure you would be a little anxious about the whole decision that you've taken. So how was that period?
That was a difficult moment because one is that I'm not, I've lost hairs in patches all over. And on top of it, that male pattern baldness is also catching up. I started losing further my hair. Only concern I had whether this patch, which looks like a scar, so whether there is any chance, even if hair transplantation is done, I will regrow my hair or not. And then obviously the donor I'm going to lose.
Yeah.
So the fear of losing and losing again was always there.
Right.
Dr. Abhishek, he gave me that comfort. He showed to me some previous results where he had patient and with alopecia and came back. So I decided, yes, in any case, I'm losing.
Yes.
And it's what, if I don't try, probably I will be in a, good or bad is an outcome. So I need to try first.
That's right.
And that's where I decided, let's do it.
Yeah. And I remember the treatment was very, I think, strategically planned over. So usually we do it over a 1 or 2, but in your case it was like a 3-stage
Correct.
plan. So
yes.
That's a little time consuming as well, based on your hectic schedules in business. So how did you manage your work with these procedures scheduled over so many stages?
Well, to be honest, I like this approach of doing it in multiple steps. Like it was done in 3 stages, and each stage also I had 4 or 5 sessions. And each session somewhere between 1 to 2.5 hours. Well, I feel that's a fantastic approach. You know why? Because you don't disturb your donor much. You know which donor you can pick. I mean, I'm not an expert, but this is, I feel this is what probably the approach has been behind this decision. I have a weak donor, I have an alopecia, and putting all this together, if it is done in 1 stage with 2-3 sessions, probably the end result may not be the same that everyone is expecting, So I could manage. One being that I'm not working for someone. It's my own company. I could figure out time, manage my time schedule, but it doesn't limit you there. I mean, you can still do it. You can plan it ahead so that you can bring that 2 hours of your time those days. And doctor is here, very accommodative, so you can have it on Saturdays, on Sundays. So I managed it, and I think everyone else also can manage it. It's just 2 hours during the day that you need to figure out.
A lot of people have fear of pain as well. When they see those YouTube videos, they see that blood loss and the wounds. How was your experience in terms of pain? You can be honest, of course. If the discomfort was there, you can definitely tell us. How was it?
Well, to be honest, I didn't had. I mean, the fear was there probably the day one I came and stepped in. But the first session I did. After that, there was no fear. I will say the team here is extremely good. They make you very comfortable. There is a music going. Sometimes they're also singing with us, making us more comfortable. And then you don't realize when they're poking because you have the massage going on, and then they are, time to time they're injecting the medicine and anesthesia. So for me, it was only the fear of the first moment. After that, it went very well.
When did you start seeing the results?
I had to wait. This is where probably I said, oh my God, I've done everything. Now what? Now what? So it took probably 6 months, around 5 to 6 months. And then I see that people around me started saying, yeah, it's working.
How was that feeling initially when you see that growth? Because obviously you were of course positive about it, but because of the other medical histories you have that little doubts in mind unless that you start seeing the results. So how was that feeling when you actually started seeing the length, the density, and the growth coming in?
The journey for me was divided into 3 phases. The first phase was the forehead and then the initial area, So obviously, when I see that started coming, and it changes your overall look. My wife, my son, my friends, close friends, everybody, I mean, started saying there is a big difference. It seems you look more young, So it was a good feeling. Indeed, it is a good feeling.
From the professional aspect, do you think that sometimes matters?
Well, personality probably gets a thumbs up, and eventually how you manage yourself. So I think to some extent, yes.
In fact, the whole journey that you discussed with us, that's going to be very, very valuable for those patients where, like I said, having certain medical condition, not alopecia, but it could be LPP or several other scalp conditions, which are very unique. And the way you took this, courageous step, you didn't lose hope. Like there were, like you mentioned in Turkey, the doctor said you first take medications. We're not sure how the results would, but you were quite positive about it. And I think that's very important.
True.
Trusting the process, trusting and taking the right professional advice. So I think this conversation will be so valuable for people who are having a similar condition and they're still not able to take that step forward and take the decision. Because hair transplant generally is common, but when it comes to certain unique cases like these, they are a little reluctant to go for something like this. So I think this conversation will definitely motivate and inspire all of them.
See, but irrespective of whether you have alopecia or not, as if you're losing hair, and the step to take the hair transplantation, you should take it early if you can. And the other thing is what I have seen here in Assure, doing it in multiple stages is really good. It works very well because it doesn't disturb your day-to-day life at all. So I would recommend take early step and nothing to worry. I mean, you don't have to worry about the pain and all this stuff. Yeah.
You've been in Dubai for like 20 years. It's almost 2 decades. So, and you've worked with the multinational companies into the air conditioning sector. So we would like to know more about, because we know Dubai, I think air conditioning is...
Yes, it's
a necessity. It's not a luxury. So I'm sure it has its own challenges in this business. Can you tell us a little about how you, when you started in Dubai and how did you
Certainly.
get into
I mean, the Dubai that people see today is, everywhere you see high-rise towers, skyscrapers. But when I moved in 2005, October, I landed here in Dubai. And that time, Palm Jumeirah was the one which was just announced and construction was about to begin. There was no downtown. It was not existing. And those were the days. I mean, first project that I came and I was working for a group called ABB. It's a Swedish-German company. They had a ventilation department. I was working with that. And the first project I got associated with was Grand Mosque, which is one of the prominent, landmark here in UAE. Yes, things have changed over this 20 years now that, Dubai is probably a must destination in the global map.
That's true.
Yeah. So yes, I've seen through that from the desert to this.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. That was a wonderful conversation, sir. Just on the closing part, we would want to do a quick rapid fire round with you. Simple questions. Okay. Whatever comes in your mind first, you can just promptly answer to that.
Okay.
So the first one, what's the most rewarding aspect of running your own air conditioning business in Dubai?
For us, we are giving sustainable solutions. So when we go, we sell not sell the product, we sell a solution. So rewarding is people encourages to us. We are solving their problem. We are reducing their utility. We are reducing the carbon footprint. So this is very rewarding.
Yes. How does the business culture in Dubai differ from that in India?
Whenever you do business, it is a people to people. Yes, you work for someone, you work with someone, but then it is the people connection matters. Someone will buy you your product based on looking at you, your commitments. It is common. Anywhere you go, it is like this.
That's true. What's your favorite spot in Dubai to unwind after a long day?
If we are talking about November to March, probably we will go to Kudra. We'll have camping. We will do barbecue, this kind of stuff. If it is summer months, we have to be indoors, so somewhere in any of those malls that we will visit.
If you could describe Dubai in one word, what would it be?
Charismatic.
What's the most memorable project you've undertaken in your career?
Grand Mosque. Abu Dhabi. Yes.
What's your favorite dish that your wife prepares?
It's a grilled fish, baked in the sorry, it's in oven,
Yeah.
and it's really yummy.
Who's your all-time favorite cricketer?
Sachin.
What's the hobby you've recently picked? Any?
Fishing,
Mm.
something that we started doing.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. If you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
I love the Southeast Asia. So any of those places, to be honest, it could be Langkawi, it could be some place in Vietnam, maybe Bali. So difficult to pick, but I love Southeast Asia.
Okay. What's the best compliment you've received after your hair restoration?
People, close friends, basically. So they do keep saying that you look very young, and overall look has changed, and we also want to do it. Yeah.
Right. If you could have a celebrity hairstyle just for a day, any particular celebrity hairstyle that you would want to have?
Shah Rukh Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan. I think that's
Yes,
the
he
common
is.
answer for all.
I mean, look 20 years back, look now, he's still Shah Rukh,
Yes,
so
that's true. If your hair could talk, what would it say to you?
looking smart.
How often do you check your hair in the mirror now after the transplant?
4 to 5 times.
How was your hair restoration impacted your confidence?
See, overall, it's a feel-good factor. So the moment you look into your mirror while you're inside the washroom, or even when you're driving the car, you keep seeing. So it gives you that feel-good, so encourages you, makes you feel good.
And the last one, if you could give one piece of advice to someone considering hair transplant, what would the 2 important factors you would tell them they should consider while probably opting for the procedure?
Get it done where you live. That's probably the first one. And the second one, look for someone who is not just your doctor, who is like going to be there with you in this journey. So it's not a one-time thing. You need to be connected. So someone who's actually taking care of the whole process, this is what you should go for. Don't think one day you come, you finish your surgery and done. No, do it in multiple steps. Get to a clinic where they are connected all the time. They're available with you. I'll add something which I should have mentioned before. During my journey here with Assure, we had certain areas that we decided we will. At that moment, we didn't do it. We said we will see the progress and then we touch upon it. This you won't get anywhere. I mean, people travel to Turkey. We talked about it. But then Turkey, you go, you finish in one day. First day, they will do the hair transplant. Next day, probably again they do. And third day, they will come, they will do the shampoo cleaning. And fourth day, you are back. It doesn't work.
So this is more personalized because every case is unique and different.
True, I agree. Yes, it is very personalized. Yes.
True. That was an excellent conversation. Thank you so very much, sir, for giving us your valuable time, sharing your wonderful journey with us. It's going to help a lot of people who are listening and motivate them, inspire them. And we
Pleasure is mine. Yes.
We also want to wish you all the very best for your future. And thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.